Good morning, Craig. Thanks
Morning.
for joining us. Please, would you introduce yourself?
Sure thing. Well, first, it's great to be here. So, Craig Suckling, and I've been working in data and AI and technology and digital for the last 25 years across many different industries and roles. But currently, my day job is Chief AI Officer in Europe for Capgemini. And I'm also a non-executive director for Boardroom in Portugal, which is Portugal's largest retail technology retailer and part of Sonae Group.
Great. What made you step into a non-executive role?
So for me, it was the opportunity to be able to steward and govern some of the most important organizations that we have, to be able to make sure that they can continue to be successful and grow and contribute into our economies, but to also help them to traverse the coming change, the coming waves of transformation we're seeing with things like AI, with things like data, and how we can help to drive further growth and success in these companies. So really privileged to be able to help to contribute into advising and thinking and governing these organizations.
At what stage in your executive career did you consider it right to seek out a non-executive directorship?
So I think, for me, the time felt right when it was a point where I felt I'd amassed enough experience personally, not only being an advisor, but being hands-on in building and forming and scaling organizations and running them over a period of time. So having enough experience to be able to provide quality input into other organizations is a fundamental step that was required. The other thing for me that was important was to have enough breadth of exposure, not only into a single industry, but across a number of different ones. And understanding, because my role is very much focused around digital, what that looks like in terms of the impact into organizations. So, I would advise people that are looking to take on NED roles to make sure that they at least get both hands-on experience in depth in running and scaling organizations, as well as breadth across a number of different organizations and industries to be able to really effectively contribute in.
And do you see any downsides to being a non-executive?
I really am struggling to see any downsides, if I'm honest. I think it's an awesome job. I really enjoy the ability to look objectively into an organization and provide my set of opinions, my advice. If I was really pressed to find a downside, and this sounds like a bit of a cop-out probably, is I love to be hands-on in the roles as well. And so it is making sure that you get that balance right of advising, but not leading directly. Making sure that the permanent directors, the permanent leaders in the group are taking on the job of actually executing strategy. So it's influencing, not owning. And I think that that's a balance you have to get right. And with it, once you're comfortable with it, it really isn't a downside either.
How do you see your role as a non-executive, particularly within a digital portfolio, as evolving in supporting leaders in what are really, let's face it, highly volatile and uncertain economic times?
Yeah, it's an interesting question, because I think what the role now demands is for you to be far more varied in your opinion and reach of different topics. It requires for you to have a broader aperture of understanding. And if we look at some of the big uncertainties in this world right now, they're geopolitical, they're economical, they're technology, there's regulation. There's a bunch of different areas that need to come together in informing companies how to traverse the continuing rate of change that's coming. So what that means for NEDs is you need to broaden your aperture of understanding. For me, if I look at my focus area being digital, it means that I can't just know technology. It means that I need to understand what does this mean in terms of legality, in terms of governance, in terms of impact to society, in terms of different trade relationships happening across the world, and provide more well-rounded cross-functional opinions back into the board. So I think that's a challenge. It requires for broader research, but it also means that it's a richer role as well.
Excellent. Thank you.